Good morning. May the grace and glory of God be with you today. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. You all look beautiful this morning with the hats and everything. If you don't mind, I'd like to get a picture of you wearing a hat. Nobody objects, I'm sure. Everybody say, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
There wasn't a lot of enthusiasm. My name is Patrick Schultz. I'm the pastor here. It is a joy to welcome each and every one of you this morning. I have a couple of announcements, and I want to call a couple of people up for announcements. And before that, let me just say, you take out the staying close, staying connected. I encourage you to read this in its fullness on your own. As always, the back is left blank in case you'd like to make notes or something throughout the service. We have a welcome card. You can fill that out. Leave it on the pew, and our ushers will pick it up after the service. And I want to invite David Lorfeld to share.
Good morning. Good morning. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Well, believe it or not, it's been 20 years since we had the addition added onto the church. And along with that, so the furnaces have been in that long, so they have reached their life expectancy. So as a result, I'll be calling a meeting on May 22nd after the service for congregational approval for the replacement of 5 furnaces and a congregational approval to use funds from the Vision of Hope for that purchase. Also, we'll be seeking approval for a resurfacing of the tile floors in the basement, and those funds will be taken out of the building fund. So, thank you.
And then Mary Ann, I'd like to invite Mary Ann to come up.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day, and thank you, Ann, for the beautiful music. What I'd like to share with you this morning is I need your help marketing our Brock Drive, which is coming up Wednesday. We did put out banners and we did put out posters, but what I'd like to do is ask your help for those of you who feel comfortable being on Facebook. If you would put it out on Facebook, which is Wednesday, May 11th, and we serve from 4 until 7. So if you're comfortable, put it on your Facebook. Technology is the way to go, I'm told today. So let's do that. And I'd like to thank everybody in advance who have volunteered to help and bring their donations. We are a little short on torts. We could use probably about 5 more. So if it works out for anyone to make a tort, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ann. All right, last announcement. I would like to ask Raymond to stand. Was it last week, Raymond?
Last week.
Last week, Raymond was awarded his Eagle Scout. Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you.
And we're going to hear more from Raymond about that either next week or the following week. A lot of hard work goes into that. All right, before I call to worship this morning, I'd like to share a prayer with you. It's a Mother's Day prayer of sorts. It begins like this. A teacher gave her class of second graders a lesson on the magnet and what it does. The next day in a written test, she included this question. My full name has 6 letters. The first one is M. I pick up things. What am I? When the test papers were turned in, the teacher was astonished to find that almost 50% of the students had answered the question with the word mother. And now for the prayer. It's in the valley I grow. Sometimes life seems hard to bear, full of sorrow, trouble, and woe. It's then I have to remember that it's in the valleys I grow. If I always stayed on the mountaintop but never experienced pain, I would never appreciate God's love and would be living in vain. I have so much to learn and my growth is very slow. Sometimes I need the mountaintops, but it's in the valleys I grow. I do not always understand why things happen as they do, but I'm very sure of one thing. My Lord will see me through. My little valleys are nothing. When I picture Christ on the cross, he went through the valley of death. His victory was Satan's loss. Forgive me, Lord, for complaining when I'm feeling so very low. Just give me a gentle reminder that it's in the valleys I grow. Continue to strengthen me, Lord, and use my life each day to share your love with others and help them find their way. Thank you for the valleys, Lord. For this one thing I know, the mountaintops are glorious, but it's in the valleys I grow. Friends, I want to invite you to stand for a call to worship. Stand as you are able. The call and response. Can you hear the voice of God? Are you troubled or distressed? Come and find a guide who knows these lands.
We come to praise our shepherding God, whose pathways and doors lead to life.
And together our opening prayer. Shepherding God, bring us into your fold. Lead us beside still waters and restore our souls. Help us see the way we should go, the way we should live. Help us hear your voice calling our name. Enliven this time of worship, that we may find true life as we join with others, praising your name, celebrating your great goodness, and sharing your love for all people. Amen. And our opening hymn will be We Are God's People, and it's printed on the back of the bulletin.